Alright. Alright. Show me a mouse. Oh, so spear. I was expecting a mouse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll block it. Ooh, Monstrous Rage. Let's go map that guy. Hey, +1 counter. That Haywire Mike can stay right there. No problems. Oh, it's a Slicky. It's a hard cast Slicky. Go to blocks. Block there. What are you gonna do? You cast Monstrous Rage. Okay. Resolve. Okay. Make him strong enough to survive the hit. Let's go ahead and attack for 5. Then we're gonna play the Haywire Might. Sacrifice the Haywire Might to get rid of the ley line. Gain 2 life in the process. Okay, they don't have anything. That's great. Then we're gonna play. We're gonna plot the Aloe Alchemist right there. And then we're going to play the Simian Simulacrum to put 2 more +1 counters right there. Then we're gonna attack for 10. Make a map token. Boom. Hey, look at that. Stupid green beat the big mean red deck. Go stupid green. Hello everyone. So I've been really wanting to try and make mono green like Stompy like work as a deck. Now I'm not sure if it has all the right tools in place right now, because like there are a lot of other decks out there that just kind of do what green does better, but I'm curious. I want to try and put something together that feels coherent, feels competitive, feels like it can win a few games. So let's take a look at what green has to offer, what we can build, and hopefully score a few wins tonight. So let's go take a look at the deck. Okay, so here we are with the deck list, and what we ended up on was something that I wanted to be aggressive with the build. So the deck really tops out at 3 mana. 4 mana if you consider the unearth cost of Simian Simulacrum. So the way the deck wants to work is it is a mono green Stompy deck with a sub-theme of artifact synergies. So in the 1-drops, you have Teething Wormlet, and Teething Wormlet is a creature that gets bigger whenever an artifact comes into play. Now that doesn't mean when you cast an artifact, it means whenever one comes into play. So if you play spells that create artifact tokens, that counts for Teething Wormlet. So what we do is we play things like Goldvein Hydra that leave behind treasure tokens. We play Haywire Might. We play Tough Cookie, which is an artifact creature itself that also creates food tokens. And then we also have a single Simian Simulacrum at the top end. So there are a decent amount of artifacts in here to trigger the effects of Teething Wormlet. Aside from that, we have a few copies of Paw Patch Recruit, really good for disincentivizing single target removal. We have 4 copies of Audacity for a little bit of card draw and for giving creatures trample. We have Tyvar's Stand for protection, because in a deck like this that doesn't really have access to a whole lot of like removal and a lot of ways to overwhelm an opponent other than just playing big dudes, Tyvar's Stand is really good at countering enemy removal spells. So there's that. We are running 4 Haywire Might and 2 Cankerbloom because of the fact that there's a lot of really powerful artifacts and enchantments in Standard right now, and you want to have a way to deal with those. Keen-Eyed Curator is in here as a 2-of, because 1, he's an above rate creature, meaning he's a 3/3 for only 2 mana, pretty strong, but she also has the effect of pay 1 mana, exile a card from a graveyard. So being able to exile cards from the opponent's graveyard or your graveyard in response to someone trying to remove yours is pretty strong, especially because it only costs 1 mana to do so. Then we also have a couple copies of Aloe Alchemist. He's in here because he gives +3 and +2 and trample to a creature when you plot him. So that's pretty decent. It's a good little quasi-combat trick. It's not instant speed, it's sorcery speed, but it's still something to help you get over your opponent in the early turns. The Simian Simulacrum, not just being an artifact, but it gives 2 +1/+1 counters to a creature when it comes into play. Also, when you unearth it into play. Also, we have the Sentinel of the Nameless City. It is a 3/4 Vigilance for 3, which means it is above rate on mana cost, but it also leaves behind map tokens whenever it enters the battlefield or when it attacks. So that's another thing that is going to benefit the Teething Wormlet. And lastly, we have the Scrap Shooter. Another way to deal with pesky artifacts or enchantments. Only thing is you have to gift a card to your opponent when you do choose to do this. But that's kind of fine because for 3 mana, it's a 4/4 with reach, which again is above rate. And that's something that green does really well, is giving you above rate power and toughness when casting creature spells. So I kind of like it. I like that it's a 4/4. I like that it has reach. The gifting card I'm not a huge fan of, but being able to handle a problematic artifact or enchantment, I'm willing to give the opponent a card if that's what it takes. So there you go. That is the lands. 1 copy of Argoth, Sanctum of Nature, because you want to be able to create more creatures if you lose all of yours. 17 forests, a blast zone to deal with pesky tokens, 2 demolition field to deal with opposing manlands, and 2 Mishra's Foundry to act as your own manlands when you get a board wipe. So there it is. That's the deck. Let's go ahead and take it out there, play a few games, and see if it's any good or not. I do think mono green can have a space in this standard format. It all depends on if we can get the right tools at the right time, you know? I'll keep it. Okay, so first up we're going to go Forest and pass the turn. Second turn is going to be Tough Cookie. Okay, cool. So let's go Forest into Tough Cookie. Tough Cookie comes in and gives us a cookie. Okay, so our opponent is playing Selesnya and House Cartographer. Are they playing Survival? Maybe. Okay, let's go ahead and plot. Tough Cookie is going to get a buff this turn, and then we are going to attack for 5. Alright, takes the damage. Alright, we got a Plains. Double white and a green. Reluctant Roll. It is absolutely a survival deck. Cool. It's going to attack for 2. Get that survival trigger. Alright, I'll take my turn. Ooh, Audacity. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and play Demo Field. And then we will play Audacity on the Tough Cookie. Give him Trample. And then we'll play the Aloe Alchemist. And then we will attack for 4. Alright, he lets the damage come through, so that's 4 more damage for them. And I will play Sentinel of the Nameless City. That comes in and gives me a map token. Alright, they play another forest. So now they have access to green and white. They could potentially play... Oh, no, never mind, they just do Requisition Raid. I was anticipating them playing something like, Split Up. Baseball Bat! Oh no. Attach target creature control, +1/+1. Whenever creature attacks, tap up to 1 target creature. Okay. Alright, pops it right there. So you're going to swing in and tap probably my Sentinel. That's fine. Alright, we will definitely block. Don't want you getting that trigger. Okay, so this turn we are going to attack for 3. Vigilance. Create a map token. Are you going to block? Did not block. Okay, so in that case, I'm going to play another Tough Cookie. And then I'm going to sacrifice a map token for the Sentinel. Cool. Play the last stone. End turn. Play Prop Room. Untap each creature you control during each other player's untap step. Sounds pretty good to me. It does not have enough mana to equip the baseball bat, though. Ooh, Helping Hand. Okay. Alright, brings a creature back in. Tapped. Oh, smart. Brings in tapped. You get the survival trigger. I like that. That's smart. Okay, end of turn. No, I don't need to sacrifice it. I'd rather just use it as an attacker. Yeah, let's activate that food token. And we'll attack. We have the Tyvar's stand. You don't have to worry about anything. You can get a potential pump of +2 damage. Okay, so he blocks like that. Fine, I won't do anything. Okay, let's go ahead and activate the map token right there. Alchemist, that can stay right there. Perfect. And then we will end the turn. I want to keep mana open for my Tyvar's stand. Savior of the Small. 3/4. At the beginning of your second main phase, if Savior of the Small is tapped, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Interesting. And he uses Helping Hand again. Okay, it was cute the first time. Okay, put a flying counter on Reluctant Role Model. Alright, my turn. Alright, well, let's go ahead and plot that creature right there. And then we will activate this food token to become a creature. And then we will attack. Make another map token. How will you choose to block? Alright. 4/4 in there. 4/5 there. Okay. I don't have enough mana to pump up one more point of damage. And that's okay. We'll just survive until next turn. They're 1 health, 1 card in hand. I'm not too worried. If I were them, I probably would have put a lifelink counter instead. Veteran Survivor. Okay. That's actually a pretty cool card. Ah, they just conceded. Alright, cool. So it looks like it works. Okay. What do we got here? So we got 3 forests. Tyvar's Stand, Alchemist, Cankerbloom, and the Sentinel. We'll keep. Alright. Alright. Show me a mouse. Oh, just a spear. I was expecting a mouse. Alright. Let's go here, and then we'll go Cankerbloom. Yeah, we'll block it. Ooh, Monstrous Rage. Yep. Alright. Let's go Forest. We'll go... We'll go Sentinel. Alright, play Mountain. Oh wow, they even missed their last land drop. How interesting. Alright. Get Mighty. This is one bad thing about playing mono green. So you don't really have a lot of good removal options. So you do feel a little naked. Let's see here. Let's go map that guy. Hey, +1 counter. That Hewar Mike can stay right there. No problems. Attack for 4. Make a map token. Pop him. Alright, well, let's go ahead and give him another +1 counter. And then we'll end the turn. Now we're doing that so that we still have 1 mana available to cast Tyvar's Stand. and have a creature big enough that it's going to survive whatever comes at it. Oh, it's a Slicky. It's a hard cast Slicky. Alright, pass. Okay. Go to blocks. Block there. What are you going to do? You cast Monstrous Rage. Okay. Resolve. 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 Okay. Make him strong enough to survive the hit. Do take a little bit of damage in the process. That's okay. Alright, here we go. So, let's go ahead and attack for 5. Then, we're going to play the Haywire Might. Sacrifice the Haywire Might to get rid of the Leyline. Gain 2 life in the process. And then, we will pay 1 more for the Sentinel. And that gave us a land. And that land is Zargoth. Pretty cool. We can actually use that to create bear tokens. Emberheart Challenger. Okay. You have 2 cards left in your hand. One is a Cacophony Scamp. Okay, they don't have anything. That's great. Alright, let's go and play this land right here. Then we're going to plot the Aloe Alchemist right there. And then we're going to play the Simian Simulacrum to put 2 more +1 counters right there. Then we're going to attack for 10. Make a map token. Boom. Hey, look at that. Stupid green beat the big mean red deck. Go stupid green. Okay, so this turn we are going with Forest and Demolition Field. We have a Teething Wormlet, Tyvar Stand, Cankerbloom, Scrap Shooter, and Sentinel. I'll keep it. Alright, opponent plays a Festering Gulch, deals 1 damage to me. I play Forest, and I play Teething Wormlet. Alright, opponent opens with an Iridescent Vine Lasher. Land comes in, the Desert deals 1 to me, and so does the Iridescent. I will play Demolition Field. And then I will play a Cankerbloom. No attacks. Their creature is slightly bigger than ours. Okay, they play a Swamp. 1 more damage to me. What do they just plot? Pitiless Carnage! That's a good card. I like that card. Alright, so we got 3 lands now. So let's go ahead and go next. Attack with just the Cankerbloom. Alright, it goes through. Then we're going to play Sentinel. It's going to come in, create an artifact for the Teething Wormlet. Teething Wormlet gets a +1 counter, and I gain 1 health. Pillage the Bog. Okay, so they're looking for something specific. Alright, 1 more damage. Fabled Passage, goes get a land, and we take another damage from the Iridescent Vine Lasher. Alright, my turn. So, let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and play the Simian Simulacrum. And that's going to put 2 +1 counters on the Sentinel. And then 1 +1 counter on the Teething Wormlet, because Simian Simulacrum is an artifact. Then we attack, make another map token. Okay, he's going to get rid of the Teething Wormlet. Yeah, there you go. Smart move. Okay, well, we're still coming in with those. Enduring Vitality. Okay. So we can tap his Iridescent for mana. He's going to mill. He's kind of put himself into a bad position, though. Okay, let's go and play Zargoth. And then we are going to attack with everything. He's going to block there, so I can do +2 to either of these. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not really worth it. Resolve. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go +1 counter there. Yeah. And then +1 counter there. To make each of my creatures a little bit more enticing to kill. Alright, end turn. Keeping 1 green mana open for Tyvar's Stand. 1 black, 2 black, 1 green, 2 green. He's playing Pitiless Carnage. Okay, so he's floating the mana. He's going to throw his lands away because he wants to play Lumra this turn. He throws everything away, tries to get to the Lumra, or he might already have the Lumra in hand. But how's he going to play the Lumra with only 4 mana, though? Did he just screw himself? He might have. This is a deck I'm pretty well versed in, so he might have just killed himself. Oh, okay. No, he looks like he might have a plan. I don't know how he's going to get all his lands back with only 1 black mana. I don't think he's going to. Resolve all. Okay. 1 black mana remaining. Go for the throat. Alright, Tyvar stand that. That's why we held the Tyvars. Yep, that's game. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think he just kind of jumped the gun on that. You need at least 6 mana to cast a Lemra. Okay, and we are back with the post-game wrap. And my thoughts on this are pretty much what I thought going into playing this tonight. Mono green is just not there. There's just not enough tools to really help you like get over certain decks in the field right now, because of the fact that the Auras deck is so prevalent and the discard deck is so prevalent right now, and other control decks are really fighting for top spots right now because of the fact that the mono red deck exists. It doesn't really give enough room for a deck like this to flourish. It is definitely a fun deck to pilot, I'll give you that, and not to mention a fairly well budgeted deck. There are a lot of commons and uncommons in this deck. So it's not too much on the heavy end. Actually, let's take a look. What do we have here? How many rares do we actually run in here? 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 17. So 17, not counting the lands, is like, that's honestly not too bad when it comes to like budget or budget-ish builds. It's like it is something that you can definitely throw together and win a few games with. But as far as using this as a deck specifically for climbing ladder or winning a tournament with, you probably want to go with Golgari instead if you're really set on playing green. Golgari is really strong right now. There's a lot of good ways to build it. But mono green, it just comes up just a little bit too short. It's like it has a lot of really cool synergies and a lot of really cool like spell effects, but it just is not there yet. So unfortunately, I do have to end this deck check on a bit of a dour note. I don't like having to say things like this, but I would rather leave you with the truth than try to sell you on a deck and try to get you to use your wild cards or spend your money on a deck that you might be misled into thinking is good. Because like it's decent. I'll give you that. It is decent. But I don't think you're going to be hitting Mythic with a deck like this. So that's it. That's my thoughts on the deck right now. Probably just play Golgari. That's what I would do. That's what I would do given the results of tonight's games. So that's it. And until next time, y'all take care of yourselves.